So in the worst thing that could have possibly came out of this situation, Chennedy Carter has not only doubled down, she is now tripled down on her, let's just say, attack on Caitlin Clark.
After her alleged attack on Caitlin Clark, Chennedy Carter was officially let go. Fans are now questioning whether this signals the end of her career, while also digging into the disorder, mismanagement, and failures that allowed the situation to happen in the first place.
They doubled off to Carter. Her jumper is good. Chennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench.
How did Chennedy Carter manage to stay in the league after an incident like that? She allegedly went after one of the WNBA's top stars, Caitlin Clark, yet the league stayed quiet instead of addressing it head-on. The WNBA prides itself on being progressive, but situations like this raise serious questions. How can that claim hold up if actions like these go largely unpunished? As it stands, the system almost seems to enable this kind of behavior, with players knowing the worst they'll face is a minor penalty. So where are the standards? Where's the accountability and discipline?
With 6 seconds left on the shot clock, and Chennedy Carter's eyes tell it all.
Remember when the WNBA brushed it off after Dejounai Carrington appeared to poke Caitlin Clark in the eye with those claw-like nails? How is it acceptable for players to have things like long nails or hair that could practically be seen as dangerous during play? The league's willingness to overlook questionable behavior goes beyond just accessories. It extends to incidents like eye contact that crosses the line. Players like Carter seem to operate with the belief that they can do almost anything without serious consequences, largely because the WNBA hasn't shown the resolve to strictly enforce its own rules. And now that her actions have backed the league into a corner, it's hard to place all the blame on her alone. This situation also highlights how the league has fallen short in maintaining basic standards of professionalism. As for Carter herself, after the incident with Clark, she did issue an apology, but it didn't come across as genuine remorse. Instead, she appeared to double down, seemingly confident that there would be little to no real consequences, given the league's track record of letting similar behavior slide.
Clark.
Seemed like she turned to you a little bit.
I mean, that's clear all that was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Chennedy Carter.
But here's the reality. Going after Caitlin Clark is basically career suicide. If you're going to target a player like her, you'd better have an impeccable reputation and undeniable talent to back it up. Carter has neither. Clark isn't just another athlete. She's a brand, a superstar, and one of the faces representing the league.
I'm just at the point where you accept it and don't retaliate. Just let them hit you, be what it is. Don't let it get inside your head and know it's coming. I think at this point, I know I'm going to take a couple hard shots a game.
Now, the big question is whether this marks the end of Chennedy Carter's career, because, honestly, the outlook isn't promising. The WNBA might tolerate some level of controversy, but even they can't ignore the backlash this situation has sparked. Fans are outraged, sponsors are paying attention, and the league's image is on the line. Carter had an opportunity to repair her image. She could have owned up to her actions, offered a sincere apology, and moved forward. Instead, she came across as entitled and dismissive, and now she's facing the consequences. On top of that, the WNBA already struggles with maintaining a strong, loyal fan base, and incidents like this only make it harder to win support, especially when players appear to harm the league's reputation.
Gray. Oh, trying to stick with Carter. Oh, she got hit hard. She's hurt.
But let's step back and look at the bigger picture. Carter's release is just one piece of a much deeper problem. Situations like this were bound to happen, given the WNBA's loose approach to enforcing rules and maintaining discipline.
And has said she's going to do it again. Well, not necessarily said she's going to do it again, but has liked tweets saying she should do it again. Which, I'm not going to lie, that looks like a threat. That looks like it's a threat to do it again.
From Carter's alleged attack to Dejounai Carrington's so-called weaponized nails, it's clear the league has some serious issues to address. If the WNBA wants to be taken seriously as a professional organization, It needs to stop coddling players and start enforcing real accountability, because right now it feels more like drama than disciplined sport. From getting poked in the eye to being on the receiving end of rough, questionable plays, Caitlin Clark has dealt with a level of disrespect that's hard to ignore. It's becoming increasingly obvious that some players are targeting her, and it's not hard to see why. She represents exactly what the league has been missing: a generational talent with massive appeal and a rapidly growing fan base. For the first time, the WNBA is under a global spotlight with millions tuning in, but it doesn't seem fully prepared to handle it. Clark brings charisma and an electrifying style of play, yet instead of elevating the league, some players appear more focused on tearing her down. This level of attention is new territory for the WNBA, and it shows. Rather than rising to the occasion and setting a standard for professionalism, the league seems to be stumbling. What should be high-level basketball is starting to look more like chaos, and the league risks coming across as unprepared for the moment. The truth is, they likely never expected to be held accountable for letting this kind of behavior slide. But now, with the world watching, those shortcomings are being exposed.
With 6 seconds left on the shot clock, and Carter's eyes tell it all.
And it's also worth considering Chennedy Carter's role in all of this. Critics argue that if she wanted to be involved in something like Taekwondo, she should have pursued it in a proper martial arts setting rather than bringing overly aggressive energy onto a basketball court. They also claim that Taekwondo is built on discipline, control, and respect, qualities they believe she did not consistently display in that moment.
Conversation we used to followed up and had a conversation. Is there an understanding about, maybe there was a line that was crossed in terms of depth?
There's no line. I'm competing. I'm going to compete. I've already let you know. I'm going to compete. If you're going to throw punches first, I'm going to compete. It's all love. It's basketball. This happens in the NBA. Actually, I'm focused on New York now. I'm not really focused on that play anymore. It happened. Okay. It's just a basketball. It just happened. Like, it's over with. I don't know why we're dragging it, but we continue to drag a play that happened, and a whole fourth quarter happened after that.
The claim that Carter's behavior stems from insecurity is part of a broader narrative about the incident. In contrast, Caitlin Clark's rapid rise has been defined by record-breaking performances and a surge in popularity that has made her one of the most recognizable names in women's basketball in a very short time. While Clark has quickly become a central figure in the league, delivering standout performances, drawing major attention, and helping elevate the profile of her team, Carter's presence in headlines has largely been tied to controversy. From this perspective, some argue that the difference in attention and achievements between the two players has fueled tension in the way the situation is interpreted, with Clark representing rapid success and stardom, and Carter being associated more with off-court discussion than on-court milestones.
12th straight double-double. It's not a rookie record, not a Chicago record. It's an all-time record. And Carter comes down hard on Skylar Diggins-Smith, and she is slow to get up.
Caitlin Clark has quickly become one of the biggest stars in women's basketball, known for her talent, work ethic, and ability to draw huge attention to the league. Supporters say she's helped elevate the WNBA in a way it hasn't seen in years, while also pointing out that some players seem to struggle with her rapid rise and respond with unnecessary aggression or criticism. Clark, however, has stayed focused, repeatedly saying she competes hard regardless of the opponent and has no regrets about how she plays the game. Meanwhile, fans and commentators argue that the league is at a turning point, suggesting it must enforce stricter rules and maintain higher standards of discipline if it wants to protect its growth and credibility.